Have you ever gotten into a conversation intending for it to go one way, only to have it get completely off track and end badly? And then you're saying to yourself, man, it started out great. What the heck happened? Well, if that's ever happened to you, you will be very interested in the feedback loop and understanding it and how it can help you keep those types of conversations on track. All of us are in conversations every day where one person says something, the other person responds, the other person says something, back and forth and back and forth. However, understanding the logistics of that back and forth and what's really going on will help you keep conversations on track. So let's talk about the back and forth, the feedback loop. The feedback loop has three parts to it. The first part is intention. Intention is simply, what is your purpose behind delivering a message or doing something? The second part is action. That is what you say or do. And the third part is effect. What is the effect of what you said or did on the other person? Now, I'm going to start this conversation. So, what I intend could be a number of things. It could be simply that I'm intending to drop off a message so I can say to you, I told you. Number two, it could be that I'm dropping off a message in hopes that you would acknowledge it and maybe even take ownership of it. Thirdly, I could go a little bit further and say, I want you to acknowledge it, take ownership, and take action on it. Regardless of those things, what I intend will dictate what I say or do, which will then have an effect on you. And the effect that it has on you will affect your intention. Now, let's stop there. I want to talk a little bit about that. If the effect of what I said or did on you was that you felt flattered, that may affect your intention in that you're wanting to let me know how much you appreciated that. If, however, the effect on you was that you felt disrespected, then all of a sudden you may intend to disrespect me or attack me. Again, regardless what the intention is, what you intend dictates what you say or do, which then will have an effect on me. And the effect that it has on me can affect my intention. Now let's stop there, and I want to talk a little bit about the can effect. This cannot happen automatically. You cannot react based on how something makes you feel, the effect on you. This has to be a conscious choice. Now, if the effect on me is in line with my intention, I don't have a problem. However, maybe the effect on me was that through your communication, you convinced me you're not ready to take action. In which case, I need to then modify my original intention to something that's also good. Maybe it's just that we'll talk about it and identify what needs to happen before you're ready to take action. So I'm changing my intention based on the effect, based on what you said and the effect it had on me, but I'm also changing it to something that's good and honorable. If, however, the effect on me is now I'm feeling disrespected and I'm feeling attacked, I cannot automatically change my intention by reacting and saying, well, by gosh, if you're going to attack me, I'm going to attack you back. Because when I do that, I've lost control of this conversation. And now it's not even close to going in a direction of my original intention. So when I talk about the effect on me can have an effect on my intention, this is something I want you to choose whether this happens or not. Because you always act. Don't react in a situation if it's not in the direction of where you're wanting it to go. Because your action always needs to match your intention. Now, how does that happen? As I receive your response and notice its effect on me, To keep this conversation focused on the goal, I need to say to myself, what is my intention? Where are we in this conversation? And what is the best thing for me to say or do now to get us closer to the goal? Remember, your action always needs to match your intention. Why am I saying that this is so important? When I ask managers in my leadership classes, who are the people who are having the most difficulty delivering these tough messages to, they always tell me the people who get argumentative, the people who push back, they challenge me, they question me, they get defensive. And so as they give us all of those responses, we've got to make sure we're not reacting to those, because we may be reacting and moving the conversation further away from where we want to go. Yet you need to get comfortable in those conversations, the tough ones, because some of those can end up really well. You see, we've got their reaction while they're right in front of us, the immediate reaction. And then we've got their subsequent behavior after they leave the meeting. Let's look at those in chart form to see why some meetings that feel really good don't really translate into accomplishing the goal, and some meetings that may be really difficult to have actually have great positive results. If we look on the left-hand side of this chart, we've got the person's immediate reaction. On the right-hand side is subsequent behavior and then result. So in scenario 1, the person received the feedback well and they maintained or improved their performance. We've got a positive result for that. In the second scenario, they received the feedback well, but they didn't maintain or improve their performance. So we've got a real comfortable, warm, fuzzy meeting that was easy to have, but it didn't really accomplish what our goal was. In the third scenario, we had a tough meeting. They really had difficulty receiving the feedback, but they maintained or improved their performance. So from a really difficult meeting, we had a real positive result of it. And in the fourth scenario, they had difficulty receiving the feedback, but they didn't maintain or improve performance. That's a negative result. So the takeaway from this chart is simply that sometimes you can have a nice, warm, fuzzy meeting that goes really well, and it doesn't translate into a positive result. And you can also have a meeting that was really, really tough for you, but it accomplished your goal of getting a change in behavior. So from this, be more concerned with subsequent behavior than you are their immediate reaction. Always keep challenging conversations respectful. And remember that your actions need to match your intention. The big takeaways then from the feedback loop are: challenging conversations can be very productive. Choose your actions. Your actions always need to match your intentions, and always stay respectful. That's my perspective. What's yours? Swing by our website, leave us a comment or a question. Check out other videos like this one, and if you like this one, please pass it on. It's been a pleasure being with you. Till next time, see ya.